But that actually takes us nicely off to our next topic, which is all about the streaming itself.
Yeah.
And whether it's worth it. I mean, this segues really nicely from Apple purchasing it and whether they would bring it all under one roof. I mean, Disney Plus is a failing brand, I think, personally. The prices, they're going to increase things by 20% within a couple of months now. And it's not only that, you've got password sharing crackdowns. This is going to backfire massively. As Mikey said on his analysis of it all, you know, are they chasing the ad model? But advertisers, we all know we're in the online space. We get paid from advertisers as well as you lovely people in the chat doing super chats. But ad revenue for Google has gone down as well. People are pulling out of adverts. So if they're heavily reliant on adverts, that's a terrible business model. So, I mean, I don't think Apple would I don't know. In thoughts, guys, at the end of the day, let's get your thoughts on this, because to me, the very fact that they're looking to do this premium subscription stuff, you know, oh yeah, but we'll offer an ad bundle as well. I think that reeks of, I mean, it's desperation anyway.
I mean, if you would have told me a year, 2 years ago that Disney Plus would be on the lower end of the spectrum of the streaming wars, I would call you a liar. But considering what they have done, what Bob has promised and not delivered, and how they have destroyed the base model for everything that made Disney what it is today, I mean, I can't believe it. I can't believe Disney Plus is one of the worst services we have right now. It should be one of the ones that everybody keeps and everybody wants to have, especially if you have kids. And then what was it, like a year ago, Culture, we were hearing that the statistics were that over 50% of the people that had Disney Plus didn't even have kids.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Mikey said they've lost like 11 million?
11 million, I believe, is the number we've been looking at now.
Insane.
That is much worse than what Netflix faced the last few times when they had the issues.
Oh, yeah. I think they lost 2 million. It was just 2 million.
It was 2 and then 2, I think. So 4 altogether, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Yeah, and the initial 2 was because they shut down in Russia. So that was an instant cut. Anyway, I mean, yes, this is because they've lost stuff in India. But, I mean, they didn't lose 11 million total from India.
Yeah, this was the biggest loss that they've had in a quarter for subs, which, again, it's predominantly India. But here in the States, you're losing 300,000 subs of Disney Plus. That's your largest ARPU market. That's where most of the revenue comes from. That's going to hurt. North America is your bread and butter, and they are saying no to your stuff.
You can't blame this on cricket. Exactly.
Nah.
So what? Yeah, I mean, Disney Plus as a brand hiking it to 20%. I mean, I don't see a. And what do they say? Mike said that it lost $512 million. It was projected to lose. Disney Plus was projected to lose $770 million, but it lost 500.
Yeah, it only lost half.
I suggest, or I submit that early, because it was projected to lose like 700. I think that's something that was put out there.
Oh, I agree. I absolutely agree.
They can say, "Oh, the actual number is we only lost 500 million. That's 200 million less than you thought. Great success."
Well,
I massively agree with that statement. 100% agree. And the fact that they applauded themselves for that. Oh, well, we only lost $500 million on Disney Plus. What are you smoking, mate?
Yep.
Like, that's not something to be. That's not something to be like, oh, well done, only $500 million. What?
Yeah, but we didn't lose 700 million.
I know. Yeah, obviously I know, but it's
insane. That's where they're going.
Yep, Disney Plus went live November 12th of 2019. And correct me if I'm wrong, but to my recollection, I don't think they've reported a profit not one time in this 4 years that they launched the Disney Plus.
It was never meant to be. They have projected that they're going to be profitable with Disney Plus at the end of 2024.
Yeah.
That is not going to happen. The direction it's going, it doesn't seem that way.
That is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. They spent $211 million of what we know on Secret Invasion. They're spending like $250 million on the Acolyte. They're losing subscribers. That is not going to happen. Do you think that's going to happen, guys? At the end of 2024 in profit? How? Someone's cooking the books there.
I would not put money on it.
Jesus. Constant loss. And do you think that when they say that it's going to turn a profit, are they, in terms of how they do their books, are they doing asset reduction? So that there's a way to do accounts where you basically asset investment reduction in costs, so the total value gets deducted on a yearly basis from their sort of their debt margin, as it were. So that 14 billion or whatever it was. Are they reducing that debt on a yearly basis because it's an asset, which is, they're sort of just, do you understand this sort of accounting thing that I'm talking about or not? Anyone understand this?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
So something in UK, if you're doing your accounts, you can do like you can offset your books with assets. So you can offset your
depreciation.
Sort of, that's the one.
Yeah.
There you go. You know the right terms. I don't. Yeah. I'm hot and bothered and my back aches.
I know them, but I know them in Norwegian.
Would you think that's what they're doing then, Culture?
Well, yeah,
this profit that they're talking about, because that's the only way I can see that they would be doing. And it just explain to people, because I did a terrible job. Explain what I was trying to say.
Well, I would say they've done accelerated depreciation on a lot of things in order to artificially make it look like they had earnings. Again, Mike kind of addressed it in what he was saying.
Just real quick, explain to people what I was trying to say, so people understand.
Well, like taking a write-off on something all at once instead of breaking it out over a term of years, right? For example, like Willow. Right, Willow, they just wrote it off outright. Right, that's like a one-time hit that you're taking rather than breaking that up over a series of years. See, normal depreciation cycles depend upon the asset that you're buying, whether it be a car, a house, or whatever, for business purposes.
Streaming service.
Yeah, exactly. And in this case, I mean, you're gonna have things that you can write down all along the way. But I think that they probably, and again, this is reflected across all of their sectors of business for the most part. I think they took some accelerated write-offs so that they, even though it's only a one-time deal, it's going to benefit them financially and make the books look better. And I think that's what Mike was specifically referring to. I know he's not going to be able to join us because he just doesn't have service right now, but I'm 100% lockstep agreement with him when it comes to that. I think that Disney kind of, put their thumb on the scale for this quarter just to continue to mask everything else that's been going on for a long period of time. But no, you had the terminology right. You just didn't know the word. So yeah.
There you go. Wow, that's the only way I can see them turning a profit.
Yeah.
Disney Plus is a dead brand. That is not going into profit in 2024. Absolutely no. Not without.
Yeah, and little Chad in the chat actually just broke it down beautifully. Yeah, you're generally allowed to depreciate items over a course of years. That's what I said. And it allows you to get a longer term write-off, but you realize the income immediately. Writing things off early is not a good idea. And there you go.
Yeah.
So,
I think the max is here in the States is 5 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that puts it at 2024.
Yeah.
2019, 2024.
Yep, end of 2024. So then going into 2025, which is when he said that they would start, that would make sense.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Nailed it. Anyway.
Amortization, depreciation schedules, they all fall in line with this stuff. So yes, all that's true.